Mockingbird. That was a government program
Yeah.
that was employed decades ago, where your government employed key members of media, legacy media, to do their bidding, to spread propaganda. So yeah, we know Operation Mockingbird is still at play. We know that we can go all the way back to Watergate up until there's always a leak somewhere in the government and multiple industries, right? There's always a leaker. There's
Yeah.
always a whistleblower. And you best believe, and we already know, that there are a number of people in government who cannot stand Trump. A number of people in government who had access to the Epstein files for the last 20 years, including Obama, right? Way before there were any trials and arrests. Way before, I know like people like to say, well, the Epstein files weren't released because of legal reasons, and when there's a case and Ghislaine Maxwell, and you can't compromise the court hearings and they were unsealed. That's all BS, ladies and gentlemen. The Department of Justice, if they want to release, even if it's a leak, they can get that information out to somebody in the media that the public will trust, okay, to
Yeah.
confirm without a question of the doubt that Trump did something with minors. But it hasn't been released because why? It doesn't exist. Okay. So you ask, what does Israel have on Trump? Well, if it is anything to do with child pedophilia, that's the only way I can. That's the only reason I can see why Trump would be afraid of Israel, is if it's 100% confirmed through evidence that Israel has, the Mossad or Bibi has, that he did something with kids, okay, that they're holding over him. Because if our American government has it, well, they've done a piss poor job of convincing Trump supporters that he's guilty. See, the liberals they don't need evidence. All you got to just whisper
Yeah.
something in their ear and they believe it, okay? They don't record, you're guilty just because you're Trump.
Yeah.
But the rest of us who can use wisdom and discernment and
Yeah.
critical thinking, we're like, okay, hurling pedophilia allegations at anybody, regardless if it's the president, your own father, your own brother, that is serious business. That is detrimental to a person's character. So you don't say that unless you have proof.
Yeah.
Where's the proof, liberals? Where's the proof, Democrats? Oh, that even Jasmine Crockett said recently, before she lost in Texas. She was in before Congress, and she said, well, I don't know if it's true. I don't know if there's receipts and evidence, but I suspect it's true because
Right.
he hung out with pedophiles. Okay, so you suspect it's true. I suspect it's not true. Where does that get us?
Right.
Right? So,
Yeah.
loony. It's loony.
Mm-hmm. That's liberalism. Loony as hell. It's something up though, because I don't know. Maybe he could just fuck with them because his son-in-law and he just has a relationship with them. But I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know what to think about that. I'm gonna figure it out.
You know
I'm gonna
what?
figure
It's
that
either
shit out.
child pedophilia or something financial. Like, because what else could it be? Right? It's either something financial, either, the way either Trump has given money to them, or they're giving money to him, or in politics it's always political. And that's the thing about political intrigue, it always keeps you guessing. And usually at the center of political intrigue, what is it? Money, how to maintain power. And we know through our great sister Candace Owens, and I do love me some Candace and her investigative reporting, that these leaders keep leaders in power, folks like Israel, um, the king, the Queen of England when she was alive, or let's just say the monarchy and beyond. They keep people in powerful positions
Yeah.
and blackmail them with whatever perverted lifestyle that they live. Usually that's connected to children. And they use that to blackmail them to do their bidding, right? But we'll put somebody in power
Yeah.
that we know is a pedophile. We have evidence that they're doing this, that, and the other, and we'll use that evidence to blackmail them to get them to do what we want to do. So, is it possible that Israel has some blackmail evidence on Trump as it relates to kids? Maybe. And guess what, guys? I'm gonna take the conspiracy theory one step further. Okay, if Bibi is dead, maybe that's why he's
Hmm.
dead. Maybe Trump gave the order, kill him before he releases the evidence, right?
Oh, motherfucker probably said, "Look, y'all gonna send us some more weapons, and we're gonna put out this evidence." And Trump said, "Kill that bitch right now, right now. Get that motherfucker up out of
Exactly.
here."
Trump said no more money, no more weapons, no more financial support. Bibi was like, okay, we're going to release what you did to that 5-year-old back in 1988. Oh, yeah? Bomb that bitch. That's probably how it played out.
Yeah, because people are saying, people in Israel are making these claims that Netanyahu was taken to a hospital, like he was on a stretcher, covered up. Yes, they covered him up and took him in on a stretcher. So I mean, it could be any fucking thing. I just want to see the proof. Give me
Child,
the proof.
it'll be like the Queen of England all over again. If Bibi is really dead, we may not know for a while. Just like there are many folk, including folk in the UK, who believe that Queen Elizabeth died many, many, many months before it was officially announced.
But this is the thing with Queen Elizabeth. You know, Jason Lee came out and said that. I
I
swear to
remember
God.
that. Yep, I remember he said that.
Jason
Yep.
Lee said Queen Elizabeth is dead, and people were saying he was lying. And he said, "I'm no, it's true, and I'm not taking it back." And then somebody called that man, and he took that shit back. And then weeks later, they came out and said she was dead, but he had already said it.
Yep.
I don't know who the fuck told him. Somebody, maybe he got a contact in London or somewhere. I don't know. But somebody told that man because he came out and he stood on that shit for a minute. He was like, "I'm not taking it back. She's fucking dead." And then he like retracted it. He didn't just let it like go by and let it quiet down. I'm pretty sure he retracted that shit.
I remember that. I distinctly remember that. I think he retracted it too. The firm got in
Yeah.
that ass. They made a few calls.
Yeah.
Jason was probably threatened.
Yeah. And it turns out her ass really was dead. A psychic. She said that we're gonna find out within a week that Netanyahu is dead. We'll see. We'll see. She said within a week.
Uh,
She said that today. She said within a week we're gonna find out that he's gone. And she said that I think I was it her or another somebody else that said that no, it was her. She said that California is going to be attacked. But the FBI came out and said it. After she said it, the FBI said it. I think she said that. But what's his name in the FBI? Oh, what's his name? The FBI director, Kash Patel. He said that Iran was going to try to strike California. And then people started saying that they was going to try to strike on the night of the Oscars, which is tonight, right? Isn't
yep,
that
it's
tonight?
happened. It surely is.
Yeah, they're supposed to try to strike California. I guess because all them celebrities is over there at the same time. I don't know. If they kill half of Hollywood, that should be hilarious. Because fuck them people. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens.
That's
But
funny. You
she
said they
said,
kill Hollywood, right?
huh? Say it again.
I said that's funny. You said if they kill Hollywood, that would be hilarious, and it would be actually. I mean, listen, they're all complicit at
Yes.
this point. You know,
Yeah.
Y'all remember
Yeah.
when Ricky
But she
Gervais
said we'll know.
hosted the Oscars? Y'all remember when Ricky Gervais
Who?
hosted the comedian, the British comedian Ricky Gervais hosted
Yeah,
the
he called
Oscars some years
everybody
ago?
out.
They said, I read a report today that
Yeah.
the Academy invited Ricky to present an award this year, and he told them, quote unquote, fuck no. He didn't want it. He said, fuck no. They're like, you want to come present an award? Fuck no, he said. Thank God for him. He doesn't want to be in that room listening to a bunch
I
of
don't blame him.
Weinstein and
I
Epstein
don't blame him.
colleagues, virtual signal. I haven't even watched the Oscars tonight. I'm just keeping tally because I get updates in my inbox about who's winning. But I'm sure if I go back and watch some clips, it's going to be all a bunch of liberals whining about Trump, whining about Iran, whining about illegals, whining about
Yeah.
transgenders, all the usual talking points that liberals are given. And let me tell you something. Earlier this
Yeah.
week, I sat on God must have didn't want me to talk to the Academy because I was invited every year. The Academy of Motion Pictures, which puts on the Oscars, they have a days before the Oscars. They have a media session with the producers, the sound designer, and the host. So they do a virtual meeting. They invite several members of the media. So I get invited. This year I got invited again. So it was like Thursday or Friday or Wednesday or Thursday. There were only like maybe 10 people, 10 media members who were invited. So I had a great question that I was going to ask them about, and it was very respectable. My question